What's going on, everybody? ASMR Salsa. I'm back for another video. I'm doing a little something different from my usual NBA videos that I think you guys seem to like. I figured I would just go and look at some Christmas lights on the Reddit r/Christmas lights. Mostly it's people posting their Christmas lights and their decorations and stuff. Sometimes people ask questions about Christmas or Christmas lights, etc. But for the most part, it's mainly just like a bunch of Christmas lights, and it looked just really cool and really bright. I figured since it's December coming up in a few days, it'd be a good idea to do a little Christmas style video. So yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna go down and just start looking through some of these lights and make some comments. And if you guys like this idea for a video, leave a comment, let me know. If you really like Christmas as much as I do, which is a lot, let me know. I like to go look at like the city light ups that they have around the local area. Me and my fiance do it pretty often. We'll just look at like you can Google your area, but just type in like local light up, and you can kind of look at specific areas that are specifically meant for you to go and view lights. It's pretty interesting, and sometimes the houses are really beautiful. Yeah, so anyways, I'm just gonna start scrolling through here, and let's just check out what they have on Reddit. Yeah, this is really awesome right here, these gingerbread men. Really cute. I know my fiance would definitely really like this. If I showed her this a few days later, she'd probably ask me to get gingerbread decorations. She really likes to decorate the house, and that's one of the things I love about her. She's, brings a lot of joy to my life. So, yeah, it makes me really happy to see her enjoy decorating. Halloween was really fun, so I hope you guys had a really great Halloween. Hopefully we can carry the good energy from Halloween into Christmas, just on a different vibe. Halloween's more of that spooky vibe, and Christmas is more of that joyful, happy, with lights and, mistletoes and, Christmas wreaths and that sort of thing. This one's quite nice here. Most of these people are like just kind of your everyday, regular, day-to-day people, and I feel like that's what really makes these posts kind of cool. Is it's something that you could see yourself doing? Do you like your local house, or like your local, like small town house, or like smaller house, or like most of these houses are one level, like fairly large still with a lot of property, but it's not like mansion-sized houses. It's realistic. You could see yourself, possibly doing lights in similar ways, and people do draw sort of like inspiration from this Reddit. People ask questions as well, as I said, so I think that I really like this one. It's got like kind of a minimalistic look, but at the same time it's very like vibrant and very Christmassy. I really like when they have like a really bright look, like this really bright lights here. I find that really nice. Sorry, I get tired. Sometimes I scratch my eyes. It's a bit of a habit I have. Hopefully you guys are able to get some sleep tonight and get rid of all the stresses in your life and bring on all the relaxation of Christmas and all the joys of Christmas. I really like Christmas. It's just a good time of the year. I feel like people are just much happier in general. Wow, this is kind of cool, like a green and white color. This is like kind of simple, but I feel like it's effective. It's just like an outline of lights, but it looks like it'd be very effective, I feel like. My mouth is getting kind of dry. I have water here if it gets too dry. Wow, this is really cool. Like a full size. I really like this look, and it seems like a lot of people do this like archway look up to when you're driving up to their property. It's like an archway that they cover the entire arch. And then you have these like full-size trees that are covered. It looks like they didn't use a lot of lighting, but it actually covers a lot of the house. I really like that. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is advertisements. Advertisements. Oh, this is really cool. They put these. It seems like people are advertising this decoration here, so other people can buy the decoration, which is pretty cool. It seems like people are really into helping each other out in this forum, which is very cool. It seems like people just want to make like more decorations and better decorations, and like they just want to ask questions and stuff like that. A very like helpful community, I feel like, which is, it's Christmas, of course. You should be a helpful community. If any community should be helpful and should be friendly, it should be the Christmas community. I'm sure you guys can understand why that would make a lot of sense. I like this setup here. I'm just reading some of those to see if there's anything that we want to look at. It seems like mostly it's just like questions about light bulbs and that sort of thing. We don't really know anything about light bulbs, so we're not gonna give our input there. I like this. Look here. Questions about some more questions about lights and wiring. Honestly, it's kind of nice because there isn't anything like too crazy on this forum, but at the same time, there's a lot of nice stuff. Like this is very nice. I really like this with the shingles that are all different color, the icicles that are like coming down, and then they have all these like standard Christmas lights that are really nice. I like these penguins in the front; they're really cute. Yeah, I love this. How it's very. It's cluttered, but at the same time it's not over cluttered, and I really enjoy that sort of cluttered look, but it's like well done at the same time. Yeah, so this person just put their lights on backwards. They have to flip them back around. They're supposed to be facing downwards. And you'll see like people ask questions on how to make it better. Like if this was me, I would probably put lights up on the top here, maybe on the windows. But it's a good start. That's very minimalistic, but it's a good start on that house. A lot of like questions and stuff. This is really a nice, simple setup. They have this fence here with like lights, and then just the front of the house is done up. They didn't really do like a second level. It's just like a baseline level. This would be something like if you don't have like a ladder, or you don't have something to get on top of your roof, or you don't want to risk injury. This is like a smart setup. I know these are probably a big hit with a lot of kids. I really like this look of the blue. Your favorite color is definitely blue. Imagine if you didn't like blue and then you have this done to your house. Every time you come home at night, you just have shining in your face the color you dislike the most. They like give you the wrong color or something like that. I really like, oh wow. I really like this. This is really nice. I like that. I like the house as well. It's the nice house. They got like a wooden house with a triple garage. Nice big driveway here. I like this reindeer. I like how the lighting is like very bright, but it's like not overdone. There's not a lot of lights, but they're very bright. It's effective. And then this tree is completely covered. It looks like a Christmas tree. I really like that. I like when people have their big Christmas trees outside the front of their house, and then they have them completely fully decorated with lights and everything. put some like presents underneath it and stuff. I really like that. Another like simple, okay, they have a Christmas tree there. The backyard is even done. Now this is very interesting. They have this sort of like backyard ornament here. Very cool. They're asking questions of what to put here. And they're asking what to do with this tree. So you can see, even though this person has quite a lot of decorations, more than some of the ones we've seen, they're actually asking questions on how to improve what they already have, how to increase what they already have, which is pretty cool. That's what I really like about this forum, is it's like there's people on all sorts of different wavelengths, and everyone is like just enjoying it, and that's what's cool about it. And they add on to what they have, and they stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It makes me want to go and decorate for Christmas. These lights are nice. I like the standard look of these lights. They're very like standard, original. These as well, like the blue, like yellow, green, red. The standard look is probably my favorite. This is kind of cool. Grinch. Light up Grinch. Oh, this is kind of cool as well. It's like just a standard looking house, but it's, again, like kind of effective, just with not too many things. So, this one's, again, like minimalistic. It's a side-by-side, like a complex. But they have reefs in the windows. It looks very nice. This is very well done. I like this. It's like minimal but effective. Look at this right here. Very cool video. Very cool setup. I like this one again. I seem to like every single one of them, but some of them I do like more than the other ones. I like how they have like the kind of everything is not too cluttered, but at the same time they have a lot of stuff, and it's like different stuff too at the same time. I like these lights here. I wonder if these are Christmas lights or if they're just all year lights, because some people would change these lights to different colors like during the year, and they might just use them as like ambient lighting. I like how there's these little guys back here as well. It's kind of cute. Oh wow, so they have a lot of stuff here. I feel like it doesn't look like that much stuff when you're looking at the first photo, but if you start really looking at the pictures, you notice there's a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna keep scrolling down here, see if we can find any more like bigger houses. It doesn't look like there's anything else here. There's not much. Oh, there we go. Wow, this is really cool. Wow, that is fantastic. It's like an illusion, but that takes a lot of lighting as well. That's a really large surface area to cover. Very, very cool. People are very like, what's the word? Like they think a lot about how to make things look very cool, very original, very unique. This is kind of nice. I like the people that are asking how to decorate. It's like I feel like it's very like, what's the word? Like, they're not afraid to ask for help, They're not afraid to be like, hey, how do I make this look good? And I feel like people on Reddit are very critical, I'm sure, as some of you know. So I feel like that's very like, you have to be not scared to like get like weird criticism and stuff like that, because people will beat you down on Reddit. So I think it's cool that like people, are super supportive on this forum and are able to ask questions and get answers, and yeah, that's just cool. I like when there's groups that are like about positive stuff and they're supporting each other. Look at this. This is fantastic. It's like a full entire house that's covered from, head to toe. Very cool. if in the comments, if you guys have watched this far, let me know by just, do you prefer having a fully covered house that is covered head to toe and has trees that are covered head to toe, or do you prefer that more minimalistic approach that is something like this, where it's just, they have a couple ornaments but it's not covered completely? So do you prefer that sort of like non-covered look like this and like this, or do you prefer that fully covered look? Let me know in the comments below. Some of these ones are they're pretty minimal. This one right here is nice. I like the big reindeer here. It doesn't look like it's Rudolph because there's no shiny red nose, but maybe it is Rudolph, I don't know. In the eye of the beholder, I guess. I like this really big Christmas tree. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that. That wouldn't fit in my place. I feel like if we bought a tree that big, it would definitely end up crashing and like cracking a window open or something. And it would be like half bent because our roof's not that big, so it would be like bent severely. And then all the thistle would fall onto the ground, and the dog would end up probably getting that stuck in its foot, and then you'd have a $300 vet bill. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Anyways, back to the relaxation. Let's not talk about the vet bills. That's just a part of life, hey? It's Christmas, there's always something random that happens that you have to pay for, right? And it's not just electricity, because everyone knows we gotta buy gifts for the people we love most, and it's not about the gifts, but I think giving gifts and getting gifts can be fun. And I think most people like to give gifts nowadays, I feel like, which is kind of funny because it ends up just being you giving a bunch of gifts and then you also getting a bunch of gifts because the people around you, they love you as much as you love them, and then they're gifting you a bunch of gifts, so it ends up being just a bunch of gifts and a bunch of, it can be very happy and very joyful, which I enjoy. I've been lucky enough to have a family that's, blessed me with very happy Christmases and a lot of dinners, and unfortunately this year it's going to be a bit of a tough year for my family, so from me to you, I hope everyone, has a good has a good Christmas and has a good time with their family. And if you don't have family, that's okay too. Take a solace in whatever you can during this time, and just remember that there's people out there that care about you and that do love you. So just remember that. I'm really grateful for the people around me, especially during Christmas, because it's a really happy time for, you to be around the people that you care about. And, sometimes that doesn't mean blood. Not everyone has, blood family to love and to care about. There's people out there you can trust. That doesn't mean it has to be your family. So just make sure you take care of yourself this Christmas. You take care of yourself this holiday season. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I'm sure I hope you guys can at least appreciate what I'm saying with that. I really like these Christmas decorations, man. It makes me so happy to see people decorating their houses. I don't know what it is. It just makes me happy to see decorations. This guy's first timer, so that looks really nice for a first timer. I can imagine that it would take some time to set up over all the windows. And that is not a quick little do up. It takes a few minutes to put up lights like that. This is another like, they seem to be having some kind of issue. It says light issue. So maybe they have other lights but they're not working. This person wants to build a Christmas light wonderland. They work for a school. There's woods behind it. They want to make like a Christmas wonderland through it. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of really interesting stuff on these. People are posting about Christmas. It's funny, you would think Christmas lights would not have a lot of stuff to, like look at or talk about, but there's a lot of people in here discussing Christmas lights. I'm telling you, it's popular. 106,000 weekly visitors, okay? Christmas matters, especially when you're coming into Christmas. I feel like that's when it's the most popular, obviously, for good reason. Make sure everyone's acting right. You know, you don't want to make sure Santa gives you your gifts this year, so make sure you're acting right. Everybody better be acting right in the comments section, you know. And everybody who's watching this video, I hope you're able to fall asleep and at least feel relaxed from watching this little Christmas light video that I've done for you guys. Oh wow, this is really nice here. I like these little soldiers. Soldiers. I like the little setup they have here with this Grinch. They have a little Grinch right here and a bunch of soldiers, and they have that standard Christmas light setup that I really enjoy. I really like the standard look of the lights, like when they're just the OG original look. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. I'm gonna see if I can find one more house that looks decent for this video. I like this one right here. It has that standard OG look like I was just talking about, but then it also has like the sort of new school look with those lights that are here. Yeah. I like that. I just keep seeing like help me or help me questions. People want to know stuff. People want to ask questions. They want to get help and get advice on how to do stuff on a budget, how to do stuff without spending a lot of money, and how to do stuff effectively. Which, as you can imagine, with electronics, I'm sure can be pretty difficult if you don't do things correctly. It could probably cause a lot of problems for you, so it makes a lot of sense as to why people would actually ask questions about this stuff. Alright everybody, I think I'm gonna end it here. I like this one right here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll probably have a video posted coming Monday. I'm gonna have a new NBA video, either just posted or I'll have it out after this video. So enjoy the rest of your guys' weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a comment, hit the like, and then subscribe if you want to see more of me in the future. Have a good rest of your night.